So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. And just when we thought Sky Strikers were dead and done, what's up YouTube? Darryl here from Zephyr Games, and we have just got some new leak releases from Ignition Assault from the OCG. Now, on the good side, there is Time Thief support. On the bad side, there is Sky Striker support. But, to be fair, the artwork in this Sky Striker card is actually really detailed and really nice, actually. I quite like the whole battle scene. Anyway, I've got a couple of new cards to go through with you. Some of them I haven't had the translations for as of yet, so I'm just waiting for them to be confirmed, and when I find them, I will go through them. But we start off with Sky Striker Maneuver Scissors Cross. So this involves the new level 4 that we've just received yesterday. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, target one level 4 Sky Striker Ace monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Or if you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, you can special summon that monster. Now, I think this card would have been really cool if it was any Sky Striker card, like monster, because then it would have been nice to like recycle that Kagari, make him a little bit playable. This isn't busted. It is not replaced the fact that they've lost to Widow Anchor, but it's still support that they're receiving, which means that there's a lot more that Sky Strikers could be receiving in the future as well, and could be very kind of good for the deck as a whole. It means the deck's not going to die completely as well, but these might just be commons in the new sets. I can't see them, you know, they're not going to make Sky Strikers busted again. Moving on, we have Fiend's Portrait. Now, I love this artwork. I think the initial translation was Devil's Portrait, and I was like, oh my god! But like the artwork on this, again, is absolutely amazing. I haven't seen the effect yet, so target one face-up monster your opponent controls, special summon one monster from your deck or extra deck with the same name. That's pretty cool. But shuffle it into the deck during the end phase of the next turn. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the deck or extra deck. Only activate one Fiend's Portrait per turn. That's actually really good. So, my opponent has, well, not many people play Borreload right now, but let's say people got Sword or something like that. I go, cool, flip this, target Sword. Or Dingrisu, flip, target Dingrisu. Special summon a Dingrisu from my extra deck to send one. Like, that would be so cool. I actually really like this card. This card's insane. What else have we got? Head Judging. When either player activates a monster effect on the field, you can activate this effect. That player tosses a coin and calls it. If they call it right, send this card to the graveyard. If they call it wrong, negate the activation. And if you do, give control of that monster to the player's opponent. Ugh. You can only use this effect of Head Judging once per turn. I quite like that. What a stupid card. But it's going to be so funny. Dear. Anyway. Disposable Learning Device. The equipped monster gains 200 attack for each monster in your graveyard. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Only use the effect once per turn. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think it's going to see huge amounts of play, but it's definitely interesting. It'd be quite funny to see this in action. And then this one, Fragile Double-Edged Sword. I quite like this one. So the equipped monster gains 2,000 attack. Also, both players take battle damage from battles involving the equipped monster. If you take 2,000 or more battle damage, send this card to the graveyard. You can only control one Fragile Double-Edged Sword. I quite like that. I think it's a nice, just a nice alternative card. I don't imagine like a lot of them are going to get huge amounts of play, but they're still very good to kind of play around with itself. And then finally, for the cards that I've got here in front of me, there are some other cards that I'm looking at right now, and I'm going to try and read through them and find the images for them in post for you guys. So this one is a brand new Time Thief card, Time Thief Time Recorder. Dark Machine level 4, 1000 attack, 1000 defense. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn each. Number 1, during the opponent's battle phase, you contribute this card. The first time you would take battle damage from an attack by an opponent's monster, your opponent takes the battle damage instead. So I'm assuming the whole idea of this is that you're supposed to go tribute, run away, and then redoer, detach, banish, run away, and then your opponent's got to decide, do they want to attack directly and take the damage or not. So there's quite a lot of battle dodging. And then the second effect is, if this card is in your graveyard when a face-up XYZ monster or monsters you control leaves the field by a card effect, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So it gives you a nice recurrence, and then it can move into, of course, more rank 4 plays for you. Moving on to some of the other cards, I'm going to try and see if the effects have been translated as of yet, because there's some really cool cards. I won't be able to go over every single one of them, but these are from Ignition Assault. So we have Jack a Boron. So it's an Earth Zombie level 7, 1500 attack, 2200 defense. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. You can discard one zombie monster, special summon this card from the hand. That's quite cool. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can target one zombie monster in either player's graveyard, special summon it, then banish this face-up card until the end phase. Banish the monster special summoned by this effect when it leaves the field. Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. Gravity Controller. Dark Psychic, 1000 attack, link 1. One non-link monster in the extra monster zone. Oh. That sucks. This card cannot be used as a link material during the turn in which it is link summoned. Why would you make a card like this? This card in the extra monster zone is not destroyed by battle by monsters in the main monster zone. At the start of the damage step, when this card battles with an opponent's monster in the extra monster zone, you can return both this card and your opponent's monster to the owner's deck. Ugh, I don't like that. Transcicada, level 3 Earth Insect Tuner effect monster, 800 attack, 1000 defense. You can only use this card's name's effect up to twice per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can special summon one Molted Token. Insect Earth level 3 attack 0 defense 0. While that token is in the monster zone, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except insect monsters. Interesting, insect support. Catalysmic Trembling Kalkraga, level 8 Earth Fairy effect monster, 2600 attack, 200 defense. You can only use this card's name's effect once per turn. Number 1, if a face-up effect monster, if a face-up Earth monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. That's okay. T Cupid Light Fairy level 2, 1000 attack, 600 defense. Only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. It is unaffected by activated effects from any monster other than monsters whose level is lower than this card. You can banish up to 3 cards from your graveyard. Increase the level of this card by that number until the end of this turn. That's kind of cool. We've already gone over the sword. Disposable learning device, we've already gone over that. Devil's Portrait. Drama Otoshi. Level 4 Earth Beast Warrior, 700 attack, 1800 defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. During either player's turn, you can detach 1 Xyz from this card. You can detach 1 Xyz material from your field, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. His attack becomes 0 until the end of this turn. If you would detach an XYZ material from an XYZ monster you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead of detaching one of those materials. You cannot apply this effect during the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. Battle Savior, Earth Warrior, level 4, 1600 attack, 800 defense. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. At the end of the battle phase, you can add 1 card from your graveyard to your hand that was sent to the graveyard during this battle phase while this monster was face up. Meh, that's alright. Nothing too busted. Tune Night, or Tune Night Chew. Being the sound mice make. So, Fire Beast Warrior Union effect level 1, 500 attack, 500 defense. If this card is special summoned, you can treat this card as a tuner for the rest of this turn, but you can only special summon 1 more time from the extra deck this turn. That's disgusting. Once per turn, you can either equip this card to a face-up monster you control, or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or on a card effect, you can destroy this card instead. Nah, I'm not really that impressed by that one. Shuai no Velupu, Velope the Obsession. Level 4 Earth Fiend Tuner Effect Monster, 1200 attack, 1800 defense. You can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one synchro monster you control or in your graveyard. Banish that monster, and if you do, special summon this card. If this card is in the graveyard, you can target one synchro monster you control or in your graveyard. Banish that monster, and if you do, add this card to your hand. So it's just basically a looping Fiend Tuner. So it's kind of the image as well is like a camel. I really like this zombie one. I think the zombie artwork is amazing. It's like a jack-o'-lantern or is it Pumpkin King? Is it? It looks like something that Panic would play. This Link monster is amazing. It's like a Fluffle Link monster, but it's not, which is really cool. This Link monster absolutely sucks. I don't get this one, the Link one. That confuses me. And then the other ones are kind of, they're alright. I like the insect one, but then you have to run an insect deck. So that's very, very specific. You can tell that these images are top class HD performance. But no, massive shout out to Pedro Henrique from Facebook on the Zodiac channel. This is where I got all of these images from. I'm not 100% sure where he got them from. But yeah, that's where these have come from. And then obviously the English ones that you saw are from Alan, who does loads and loads of the English translations. As soon as the translation are revealed, he makes some of the English proxy cards for everyone to see. Oh, I might have missed this one. Clotheap, Earth Beast 700, Link 2, bottom left, bottom right. 2 monsters with different names. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. If a monster or monsters is special summoned to a zone this card points to, you can apply the following effect according to the type of monster that this card points to. Ritual, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Fusion, special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard. What does that sound like to you? Does that sound like a Norden? Oh yeah, it does. And it's generic. It just requires 2 monsters with different names. That's just stupid. So 2 monsters with different names, activate instant fusion, bring back a level 4. Rank 4. Like, what? Synchro, all monsters you control gain 700. Yeah, right, as if we're going to use this with synchros. XYZ, all monsters your opponent controls loses 700 attack. So if we put this in heroes, we get to revive our level 4s, which means we can special summon back Shadow Mist, which means we can then search out a Mask Change, which then means we can turn it into Dark Lord during our opponent's turn. Synergy! It also means that we could do the instant fusion rank 4 plays that we used to do before. So Time Thieves are getting nice support as well. And you can only use the effect once per turn, so after that, it doesn't matter what you put. That's just... Oh, dude, you can loop Shadow Mist. You can loop Shadow Mist. Like, okay, so fusion summon to a zone it points to, revive Shadow Mist, trigger Shadow Mist effect, search out your Mask Change, set your Mask Change past your turn. Chain Mask Change during your opponent's turn when they search something, turn your Shadow Mist into a Dark Claw, and you could choose to trigger Shadow Mist in the graveyard, or you choose to trigger the Clothheap's effect to revive the Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist then chains and searches you out another Mask Change, so that during your next turn, even if they get rid of your first Dark Claw, you can make a second Dark Claw. Busted. I love this card. This card is amazing. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this and the Time Thief are my personal favourites. I think they're going to be such good cards. So I'm going to, I'm going to enjoy this set. I think the next set is really, really good. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see what kind of comes out of Ignition Insult and go from there. So yeah. That was it for the quick review video. I say quick, it was quite a long one, but we've gone through quite a lot of cards. Is very, very interesting to see what's coming out, and the fact that Sky Strikers are not dead, but kind of are. The support's okay. It means they're going to get future support. But for now, anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. What's up, YouTube? Dad here from All Games. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.